On Tuesday, the state Senate approved $1.5 billion that would give Governor Greg Abbott the money to continue building a barrier along the Texas-Mexico border and pay for state troopers.
At that hearing was Terrell County Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland, and he spoke with CBS7's Tyler Poglitsch about this bill and how it will help communities throughout the basin. Tyler?
Yeah, Jay and Mary Kate, Senate Bill 6 passed on a 17-11 vote and now heads to the House of Representatives.
We do not have a crime problem in Terrell County. What we have is a national security problem.
With the recent rise in border crossings over the last month, Governor Greg Abbott called for a special session to address border security issues.
So President Biden has done absolutely nothing for border security. This administration has done absolutely nothing. The U.S. government had an obligation to continue to build the border wall, and they've decided not to build it, or they had decided not to build it until here recently.
And local representatives like Brooks Landgraf are also tired of the open border and want to change.
Again, this is a federal responsibility, but the Biden administration is not doing the job that it needs to do on the border.
The bill lawmakers passed would devote the entire $1.5 billion to border barrier construction. The bill would set aside $40 million for overtime expenses and costs to increase law enforcement presence. The rest of the funds would go to continue building a barrier on the 1,200-mile Texas-Mexico border. For border security out here in West Texas, they have the Rio Grande, which helps them with security, but other parts of the state don't have that barrier, so funding will help places such as Eagle Pass.
We have the lower canyons of the Rio Grande, and they create a barrier. So this particular area out here in West Texas that we work and patrol, we likely won't see any border fencing, or we won't. We're not looking to fence it. We can use technology to help us defend this portion of the border and help secure it.
In order to help track down people crossing the border, Terrell County border agents as well as the Sheriff's Office use joint sensor package and also use Border Patrol surveillance towers and sensors to help locate people crossing the border. With the recent approval of additional funding, this will help border agents with more technology.
Cracks down on illegal entry, illegal trespass into Texas. We've also funded an additional $1.5 billion for border barrier construction, again, to help stem the tide, and also are providing state and local law enforcement with more tools that are necessary to better secure the border.
With the bill passing in the Senate, it now has to pass in the House to be then signed by Governor Greg Abbott. Reporting for CBS7 First Alert News, I'm Tyler Poglitsch.